Welcome back, Taurus. Thank you so much for being here. My name is Emily Gear. I'm a multi-dimensional channel and transformative energy healer. I'm back with your bi-weekly messages, and this week we are restarting the extended relationship messages on Vimeo. So if you are so guided, you can see the link to that extended message in the info box below, and I'm also providing a list of the questions that we go through in that reading. So I am shuffling your cards. Oh, I also want to remind you that if you would like a private session with me, whether it be for energy healing, reading, or akashic records, or any combo of the above, you can schedule that on my website, which is IamEmilyGear.com. Okay? All right. So I'm shuffling for you. I'm asking Source now 4 messages for Taurus for the next 2 weeks, please. Messages for the sign of Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising, and Venus for the next 2 weeks. Oh, all right. Here's the first card. Let me just get some clarifiers before I start talking. Clarifiers, please. Okay, Taurus, so the first card I got was the Star, all right? So your primary energy right now is one of rising, one of healing. But what came out with that was the 3 of Swords with the Queen of Wands and the 6 of Cups. And so what that really feels like is you're rising out of either a difficult situation, a heartbreak situation, or you're healing some past wounds, some old wounding that may have surrounded either self-worth, your own ability to support yourself, your own ability to ignite your life, your empowerment, essentially. It is surrounding your empowerment, particularly something that may have taken place in your childhood, okay, or at a time that you are at your most vulnerable, is kind of what I'm feeling, that this wounding might have taken away that sense of innocence or that sense of joy that you had in your life. And that's why I keep thinking that it feels like childhood wounding, something that came from your parents, from something terrible that may have happened back then. Maybe it came from being bullied as a child or not feeling like you ever fit in. Any of those things are possible. But what's happening now is you're rising above that. You are healing those things. And I want to say that it may be through the work that you're doing, but more than that, I feel like this is due to your surrender to the divine. This is due to your surrender into your path and just allowing the healing to come in. I feel like this is just coming into your awareness, coming into your energy in a really purposeful way, and that you, as sort of the ground troops, are kind of you're almost receiving the directive to shed these old layers, of beliefs, thought forms, emotions, patterns, patterning. You're getting an upgrade whether you like it or not. On some level, you've chosen this because, of course, we have free will to reject even the healing that is sent to us, but you're receiving it. And the reason for that is you are on path. You're on the right path. You may have even manifested this in a sense. You've desired this to come into your life. Because I think there's this sense of being sick and tired of the old patterns, sick and tired of the way that things have happened. You want to return to that sense of feeling like you could do anything. I'm kind of getting that sense of how kids dream of they could be a million things in their life, or they, here's this 3 of Wands, this manifestation card, this kind of dreaming of all the things you could have or be or do. You could be an astronaut, you could be, a TV personality, all those things you thought you could do as a kid. And somewhere along the line, someone taught you that you were less than. Someone taught you that you couldn't be whatever you wanted, or you had to fit a certain profile to be whatever you wanted. And this is not necessarily about career or being, although it could be, being a certain job or whatever. It absolutely could be. But this is also about those lessons of these wrong lessons, these sort of damaging, painful lessons about what you're actually capable of, right? And I think you're learning, part of this healing is learning that you're capable of anything that you truly, truly, truly are in alignment with. And I think that's the important part. Like, do I want to become, I don't know why this is popping in my head, so just bear with me, even though it's crazy. Like, what if I decided tomorrow I wanted to become a Middle Eastern man who is 85 years old and, you know, whatever? Could I do that? I mean, I guess I could become a man. Couldn't really change my race necessarily. Couldn't change my age. So there are some things that you just aren't going to be able to be, but there are certain things that you can be. And when they are in alignment, then it means you have come into this incarnation, this reality, to be able to manifest that and to do that. And you don't really need to work hard or place any kind of like, you don't really have to manipulate your energy in order to get there. These are things that are simply coming in to your reality through this healing, through this like almost divine light that just comes into your life and changes things for you. As long as you're in alignment with it, you're receiving it. And that's the key, is the receiving. All right. And I keep pointing at you. And one of my teachers always says, when you're pointing, you've got 3 fingers pointing back at you. So that means I need to remember about this receiving energy. All right. It's coming into your life because you're in alignment with it, because you are here to do it. It is part of your path. It is manifesting in your life. You do not need to set 800 intentions and try to manipulate it with your brain. It is just happening, okay? So that's the message I want to get through to you, even if I said it in an incredibly weird way, okay? We've got the Tower coming out in reverse, which I don't do reversals, but there are 2 cards in here that are reversed, and they keep coming out, and I keep forgetting to flip them around. One of them is the Tower. So I feel like this is saying that you have already been through a big breakdown of a lot of the shit in your life that was holding you back. The stuff, the constructs, okay, particularly the what's the word? Why do I do this? I forget the words. The paradigms, the programs that you have run your life on in the past. You've almost run them on autopilot because they're like in your subconscious. I'm like pointing to the back of my head. Like, I don't know if the subconscious is, whatever. They're in your subconscious. But a lot of that is already broken down. You're already receiving this light. So you're on the pathway. You don't have to worry about right now, oh, how do I do that? You're already doing it. Just be okay with it. Accept it. Accept the change that's coming in. And the change that's coming in is amazing. It's very stabilizing. All right. I think that, you know, you're going to see some things developing in your physical world, which make you feel really joyful, make you basically throw your head up in the sky and just say, thank God. Thank you, God. That's how I feel about the changes that are coming in right now. They're arriving as gifts. There are things that are stabilizing your life, whether they're a job coming in or maybe a relationship just suddenly like figures itself out. Maybe somebody comes back into your life. Maybe you get, you know, a windfall of resources, money or something. But this is something that comes in and it's like, thank you, God, because it solves a lot of issues that have been coming up for you. And the reason it's coming in, they're saying right now, is because you did deconstruct this stuff. Now, you might have done a lot of work to get here. You also might have just decided to stop fighting the inevitable and let things fall apart that were not serving you, okay? I think that release, that allowing is really the key these days. So keep that in mind as you go forward, that it's in the receiving. All right, let's get some final words here before we move on to the extended relationship reading, because I see my timer's running out, and this is perfect. The sun. This is the sun. Okay. So it could be that some of the energy coming in that has changed things for you, maybe knocked some things loose, knocked that tower down, are the big solar storms that are coming in. Because we are in a period where one of the big sunspots, the holes in the coronal holes has faced the earth. So all of this energy is blowing out toward the earth, and we are getting bombarded with it. There's my timer. We're currently getting bombarded with it, and it's going to happen probably for the next day or so. Started yesterday. That is creating a lot of change within people. But you may have also, through, you're just sort of opening and surrendering to your own fate, your own alignment, you're beginning to see the fruits of that labor, in the sense that we don't actually have to do any labor for it. We simply need to release. All right. So that is this happiness, this stability, this these gifts that are coming in from the divine, that are coming into your life and changing things in a really positive way. So look for things over the next 2 weeks to really start to shift for the better. All right. This is an enormous, all the messages have been really positive. I'm really excited about this because some weeks I'm delivering shit message, not shit messages, but you know what I mean? The ones that people don't want to hear. And I'm so happy to see that things are turning around for you guys. And that's because you've allowed the old ways of doing things, thinking, being, all of that to fall apart. Okay. So I'm going to end it there for this week. Please do join me on Vimeo for the extended relationship reading. I'm putting all the questions that we're asking in the info box below, as well as the link to the video. If you do not join me there, then I will see you guys again in 2 weeks. And don't forget that if you would like to do a private, you can schedule that on my website, which is IamEmilyGear.com. Okay, guys, thanks so much, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.